Hi, this is Usha from Arts and Yoga for Mental Health. Today I will demonstrate and show you how to create a carousel, which is a collection of 5 images using Canva. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'll go ahead and share my screen, my Canva screen with you, and we will follow along. So as you can see, this is my Canva page. I have a Canva Pro account. You can also do this on a free account. And to start a carousel, we're going to create a carousel with 5 images. So the size of our canvas board typically is 1080 by 1080 pixels. But in this case, we are going to go ahead and create one with 5. So 1080 times 5 gets us to 5400. So I'm going to create a custom size um, canvas or carousel. So 5400. And the height is always going to be 1080. This is in terms of pixel. I'm going to create my template. So before I get started, I need to break this up into 5 equal pieces. So 1080 times 1080 is 1080. I'm sorry, 1080 times 1, which is for the first image, is 1080. And I'm going to move my purple toggle bar. And in order to do this, I'm going to actually increase the size of the screen. So I'm going to magnify it for better precision, like so. And then I'm going to go back and do another line for the second box. I'm going to pull that from this edge here. It's the purple ruler line. And 1080 times 2 is 2160. I'm going to go ahead and make my lines and then precisely place it in the right piece. The next one is 3240. And then the next one is 4320. This takes a little maneuvering. Now let's go ahead and magnify it to get the right consistency of the squares. So 1080 was the first box. We already did that. And as you can see, the purple cursor is on 1080. The second box should be on 2160. So we're going to go ahead and adjust this a little bit. 2160. A little bit bigger. The third one is 1080 times 3, which is for the third box. That's at 3240. And then the fourth box is at 4320. We're almost there. And there we are. So we have all our 5 boxes of the image, the split image um, that we're planning on creating using a carousel. So now we are ready. Let's go ahead and give this a name. I'm going to call this HW3 Educational Video or Carousel. And then I'm going to go ahead and start actually designing. What I've done is I've created my boxes of equal size. And now I'm going to start creating um, my design. So in order to create images, we always need to have a theme. Like basically your first page is your title page. Your last image will be your call to action. And then you have an opportunity to place the contents in in image 2, image 3, and image 4. So in this way, you know what you're going to create. So before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and stick with the 3 C's, consistency, creativity, and the other piece, which would be so capturing the 3 C's, which is content, the caption itself, and consistency in the carousel. So let's try and do that today. So I'm going to start with the elements. Um, I happen to like abstract shapes. And I will go ahead and create some abstract shapes where you just click and drag. And if I were to be consistent, I will go ahead and copy these. Again, placement is wherever you want it to be. And then maybe get this one. Again, you have a lot of options. There we go. So now that we have done that, I would like to go ahead and use some graphics. And let's say my theme is top 3 colors of color psychology. So that is going to be my topic or my caption at this point. Um, and I'm going to create some text. I'm going to create some frame. So this is my frame, and I'm actually going to so now we just went ahead and created our cover sheet or the title page, top 3 color psychology colors. and then did some research using ChatGPT, and then also created a text box, subheading, and a little bit more at the bottom in smaller font. Consistently, I use Montserrat font and all the three slides. So my next page, like on next image, is this third one. And I'm going to magnify this a little bit so I can see what I'm typing. And the next color I've chosen is yellow and coral. And this basically promotes promotes inspiration and creativity. And as you can see, you can use this to make your image a little bit smaller or bigger, like how you want it to fit. And I want to stick with the same size font, so I'm going to make this 59. Make my box a little bit bigger, and then kind of move it so I'm consistent in my font and in my messaging. And then this is actually useful for any art workshops that you may want to do. So helpful for art workshop images. This is for useful for yoga and mindfulness images. And then of course I want to drop those colors here. As you can see, I'm going to use yellow and coral. So to do that, I will go into my elements, uh, colors, and then I'm going to look for yellow, which is here. Make it a bit transparent. So I just dropped the yellow in here, and here I'm going to use coral, which is a lighter version of actually this color. So I'm going to go into my toolbar here. So I'm going to pick coral. So that's my coral. And again, it's a little bit strong for me, so I'm going to reduce its transparency, make it a little bit, not pink, but I want it to appear coral. And then the last one is actually for mental health. So it's going to be green and beige. Beige is like a creamy color. And this helps promotes the feeling of grounding and feeling safe. And again, the font size is 59, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to reduce the size of the box a little bit higher. And this is useful, helpful for mental health awareness. I want to make sure it's Okay. Actually, don't have to do that much of space. Just going to clean this up a little bit. And the colors here are green and beige. So I will go ahead and look for those colors here. And I like this green. And, use this color here page. Again, I'm going to reduce the transparency. Away. So those are my three, images or talking points. And then the last one, the last page is basically call to action. This is basically what you want the people or the audience to do. Do you want them to follow you? Do you want them to like and subscribe? Do you want them to share? In my case, I want them to follow my social media pages to learn more. I can also play with this a little bit more. I can put some shapes. Like I like arrows. So under shapes, um, get rid of that. Like arrows. So I will go ahead and place arrows. Just need to decide which one I like. Oops, that's a very big one. So I'm going to reduce that, make that super tiny. And just copy that. Oops. And then on the last page, I will put some more text. And basically follow us. And I will then put some images. So here you have it. I have created five images on the carousel of equal sizes using a title page and a call to action with some social media images and icons and the name of the pages. And then basically the content, which is being consistent in having the font and the messaging and the size of the content, all of that is pretty consistent. So this is ready. So now I'm going to go ahead and actually share this. Now, if I decide to post this on social media, it will show up as one landscape image. And we don't want that. So we're going to use a tool called Split Image from Pine Tools. It's a free uh, tool that you can use. So we're going to do that. But before we do that, we're going to basically download this image into our folders. Takes a few seconds. It shows up here. There you have it. It's just one image, and now we're going to split it. So take that. Going to pull it up in copy that. Copy that here. So I know where it is. So here I am. Now I'm going to, I saved the image into my folders, and I will now open the software called pinetools.com, split image. I will choose my file. This is the file that I saved in my folders. And as you can see, it pops up all the five in landscape, and now I want them horizontally. It's five images. And I'm going to actually split the image. And I want them one at a time. So I'm going to look at that. It basically it's downloading it. And if I click on it just real quick before I save it, it shows up as individual images. That's the first one. That's the second one. And so on and so forth. So I will save them one by one. So I'm going to edit, save a copy, and I have it in a folder, so I'm going to save it in a folder. I'm going to say carousel 3. This is image 1. This takes a few seconds, but it is there. Edit, save. Image 2. So we'll do this and we'll come back in a minute. So once you download all the images, split images, and save it in your folder, then you're ready to upload it to your social media. I hope you like this video. I hope you found this educational and helpful. Do follow us and subscribe. Thank you.